Good morning, Mustangs. Thanks for joining us once again. It's Friday, February 23rd, and I am Amira Islam.
And I am Pavash Padachan. Now for some Mustang headlines. Wrapping up Scholastic Journalism Week 2024 at FSA Middle School mathletes dominate 19th Annual Rockdale Math Competition. FSA shines in mock trial debut. 7 students inducted into FSA's inaugural chapter of the National Arts Honor Society. And collaboration results in a highly successful blood drive.
We start off this broadcast with a unique note on this very special week for Mustang News, yearbook staff members, and all members of the FSA chapter of the National Scholastic Press Association. The Journalism Education Association has scheduled National Scholastic Journalism Week from February 19th to February 23rd, 2024. This week, the FSA chapter of the National Scholastic Press has been sharing fun facts, distributing buttons, and hanging posters, all to increase journalism awareness and support this year's theme, Here to Stay. Joseph Pulitzer, known as the father of journalism, who is also an American newspaper editor and publisher, said, "The power to mold the future of the Republic will be in the hands of the journalists of future generations." He is also the namesake of the most famous award in journalism, the Pulitzer Prize. Now, let's join Mustang News reporter Brooks Dixon with a special look at the FSA community that it's recognizing this week.
For Mrs. Maharaj, journalism is more than reporting. It's about connection, culture, and impact.
When I think of journalism, I think of daily life, because that to me is what journalism is all about. After spending a summer in a law office, I realized I wanted something that was more gratifying immediately. I wanted to be a part of something. I wanted to be a part of something that could make an impact and that could influence people's thinking, or at least providing them with things to think about. And I looked to journalism.
Historians deal with the past, economists deal with the future, and journalism bridges both with the present. Through journalism, we're able to see the world as it really is. For Mrs. Rogers, journalism is about information and communication.
Journalism is something that I think I've had a relationship with for most of my life. It's where you find information about things that you didn't even know you wanted to find out about. Journalism provides those sources of oxygen. It's that ability to look at others' perspectives and hear others' ideas that helps us come together.
But journalism is changing. The digital age brings challenges, but also opportunities for innovation and storytelling.
Just like most things in history, the evolution of journalism has a whole lot to do with the evolution of technology. As means of communication have changed, so has journalism. The development of radio, then the development of television, and now we move forward into this era where every person can basically record a piece of news or a piece of journalism with their perspective on an event that's going on. So many transformations that have taken place because of it.
You can be more immediate with your news and sharing the news than ever before. Once you share something, whether it be on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, in a sense, you're practicing journalism of some sort, the new trends towards journalism.
But that's not all. As technology progresses, the dynamic of journalism will continue to change.
It will be more and more difficult for us to discern where information is coming from and how valid those resources are that are producing it. But I'm counting on this generation to create the tools to make it possible to still have a functioning press in the United States.
From interviews with White House notables to A-list celebrities, Mrs. Maharaj has seen it all. Now, away from the anchor desk, she channels these experiences to inspire her students.
I really believe that bringing in real-world experience into the classroom really, and to engage students, that's very, very important. Being able to help them make the connection with what they're seeing via a real-life experience and actually encourage them to experience on their own, I think that's really, really important.
As we celebrate Scholastic Journalism Week, we are reminded that journalism is indeed here to stay, constantly evolving in its mission to inform, engage, and empower. For Mustang News, I am Brooks Dixon.
Middle school mathletes secured top spots at the 19th annual Rockdale Math Competition. FSA had 3 teams in the mix and almost had a clean sweep. Ultimately, they walked away with the first, second, and fourth place. Team A got the first place spot, earning 172 points. Following closely behind, Team C secured a super awesome second place overall with 153 points, while Team B showcased their prowess with a solid fourth place finish, tallying 137 points. A notable mention is 8th grader Elena, who earned the prestigious first place medal for her exceptional individual performance, surpassing all of the participants. There were a total of 20 teams in attendance. Head coach Ms. Duziel told Mustang News, "It's gratifying to witness the enthusiasm and dedication of each student as they wholeheartedly engage in math tournaments."
Another first, as FSA competed in its inaugural mock trial showcase at the annual Regional Georgia Mock Trial Competition. Switching from student mode to attorney, Senior Shreya shows just what it takes to capture the Best Attorney Award, while Ian, impressed as Nicholas Campesino, secured the Best Witness title. Led by sponsor Miss Fleck Harding, the group dressed the part and prepared for months.
7 inductees are among the inaugural group of FSA's chapter of the National Art Honor Society. In a push by FSA to expand its Honor Society offerings, the NAHS is an example of how FSA is promoting fine arts outside the classroom. Here's a look at the induction ceremony.
In her address at the NAHS induction ceremony, Miss Rogers called attention to how easily art can be overlooked even when it's embedded into history.
In our society, and have done so throughout human history. You knew I had to throw that in there, didn't you? But sadly, a function that we can too often just simply walk past and not acknowledge it.
As she praised the inductees for their valuable contribution to FSA's art program, she also put into perspective the permanence of art in society and our lives.
Paintings, charcoal drawings, and stone arrangements, all the way to Andy Warhol's soup cans, street graffiti, and multi-dimensional installation art.
Each of the 7 inductees have participated in multiple forms of artistic expression. Society sponsor, Catherine Norman, shared with those gathered not just the projects that the students were involved in, but also the personal connection that they have established with their art. Ranging from freshman class to seniors, the students collected their pins, took their oath, and lit a candle to signify the foundation and the symbolism of art in society. This is not the first new honor society for FSA, but what made this different was the visual representation of artistry that surrounded the students, parents, and teachers gathered. For Mustang News, I am Carson Wheeler.
FSA Senior Beta Club and school nurse Julie Lee coordinated a very successful and much-needed blood drive. 2 LifeMouth mobile blood donation units rolled onto campus, making it convenient for donors to donate and save lives. A stream of donors poured in from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., ready to contribute to this noble cause. Nurse Lee and Senior Beta Club members worked hard to spread awareness and encourage participation prior to this event. This is the second blood drive held on campus. And now it's time for the weather. Next week, we will see highs in the 70s and lows in the 40s. Be sure to have your umbrellas, Mustangs. There's a chance of rain on Wednesday and Thursday.
Today's quote is in honor of National Scholastic Journalism Week. John Hersey, an American writer and journalist who was one of the earliest practitioners of new journalism, shares, "Journalism allows its readers to witness history. Fiction allows them to live in it."
Ready for some laughs? It's time for the joke of the day. What do sprinters eat before they race? Nothing. They fast.
On this day in history, we review some of the major events that topped the news. In 1945, World War II Iwo Jima U.S. flag was raised. In 1954, USA polio vaccine started. In 1959, Great Britain was in peace talks with the Soviet Union. In 1997, for the first time ever, the movie Schindler's List was shown on televisions without commercial interruptions.
A select group of students are on a mission to build a well in Tanzania. But first, they need to raise $7,000. The Services at Border campaign at FSA is building a well and contributing to various orphanages. At $4,000, Dr. Amadulu will dye his hair aqua to support the initiative. Let's come together to support FSA's well-building campaign. Check the various newsletters for the donation link to make a difference.
Hey juniors and seniors, just a reminder that tickets for a mysterious masquerade are on sale. Don't delay and take advantage of the special pricing. Check the high school newsletter to purchase tickets for this event.
Mustangs, you have until February 29th to donate coins to help fund blankets. The National Honor Society is leading the Blankets for Cure initiative. All donations will go to Family Haven, a local domestic violence shelter that provides service to victims and educates the community on domestic violence. In addition to coin donations, NHS will collect different hygienic items for each week of February. This week is deodorant. To donate, reach out to NHS Vice President Tristan or Mrs. Chetinkaya. Thanks for joining us for this edition of Mustang News. And don't forget to subscribe to FSA's YouTube channel. I am Amira Islam.
And I am Avash Badachan, reminding you to stay safe and healthy, Mustangs. Not to mention, stay warm this week. And remember that when we, you, and I care, we are always #stronger together. And in the words of journalism legend Walter Cronkite and his famous catchphrase as he closed each broadcast, and that's the way it is.